Hi there, I'm Teresa Clark. I am the Vice President of Clinical Affairs at the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association here in Chicago, Illinois. We are so proud to be one of the track sponsors for the 2017 Johns Hopkins MedHack. You have your option to choose, I think, among one of three different tracks. You can choose the track that focuses on care within the hospital. Another track, you can focus on care within the home. And in our track, we challenge you to focus on how to get to and from the hospital and home. In other words, we are going to challenge you to address an issue called access to care. Many of you may know who we are at Blue Cross Blue Shield. As a matter of fact, probably 1 in 3 of you probably have our insurance, or your parents may have forced you to have our insurance when you left for college. Whether you have insurance through Blue Cross Blue Shield or through a different insurance company, you too have encountered access to care. When you were sick, when you were little, back at your home, you had access to a pediatrician. When you needed your medicines, you had access to the pharmacy. And when you jumped off the stairs that your mom told you not to jump off, you had access to the emergency room. So you've had access to care for quite some time. And unfortunately, there are many people who don't have the same type of access. There is a force more powerful that impacts your access that we sometimes take for granted, and that's called your environment. These are the social environments in which you operate. These are the physical environments in which you live. These are also known as the social determinants of health. When it comes to access to care, the social determinants of health impact much more than your genetic code actually does. So in our track, we challenge you to think about how do we improve access to care. For those who may be living in transportation deserts, what can we do to improve their access to care? For those who live in pharmacy deserts, what can we do to improve their access to care when there is no pharmacy around? And what about those who live in what are known as language islands? How do we improve their access to care when they are stranded from the rest of the world because of language? In our track, we ask you to first set aside the mechanics of the product. Set aside your engineering mind. Set aside the gee whiz. And first, just look. Look at the environment that your grandmother has to navigate to get to the doctor's office. Look at what it took you to get to your pharmacy to get your medicines. Because when you stop and look for a moment, what you see are very basic, mundane things that we have ignored. The transportation that is unreliable, the pharmacy that is no longer there, the language that people cannot understand. Once you see that problem, then return and dazzle us with the technology and dazzle us with the product. But first, look. So if you choose to participate in our track, Access to Care, you will be challenged. You will be challenged to look beyond the product and to look at the everyday and how people navigate the everyday, and mostly how their environments impact their access to care. With that said, good luck at the MedHack in 2017. Thank you.